Welcome to another CBA Level 3 Grille coaching session. This session is going to look at forging bottom tool blanks to fit the hardy hole of your anvil. You're going to have to make a few of these bottom tools for the grill project. One, possibly two, for the central collar of the grill, and two more for the closed dies that you're going to require for the forge welded collars of the central style. You're going to need a heading block or a striking anvil with a hardy that's going to match your anvil's hardy hole in size, and of course a sledgehammer. I usually make my own heading block, but Ball and Chain Forge, and that's what I'm showing at the moment, offers a commercially available block that features a 1-inch square hole for your hardy and an 1¼ inch square hole for making top tools. It's kind of useful. I generally start with a 4 to 4.5 inch long piece of 1¼ inch square stock, mild steel. That's 100 to 110 millimeters of 30 millimeter square. Draw a taper to the bottom 1/3 of the stock. My tapers generally leave the bick at about 5/8 or 18 millimeter square on the end, and then finish at about 1/2 inch or 12 mil when dressed on the face of the anvil. Knock the corners off the taper. This is important because it's going to prevent burning as you heat this fairly large bar in your forge, and I don't care if you're using solid fuel or gas, so take the time and knock the corners off. I generally make these tools 4 at a time, and I make them in a gas forge. When I'm getting ready to upset the bar in the heading block, I make sure that the transition area between the taper and the parent bar is hotter than the remainder of the bar. Why? Well, this transition area has two forces being applied to it. It is subject to the conductive cooling of the heading block, and the material is being constrained by the heading block. The extra heat in the transition area really helps the bar to upset evenly, staying parallel. I don't want a mushroom. I move at least from side to side of the block when I'm striking upsetting blows to the bar. The arc of your hammer has a tendency to pull the material towards you, and changing sides will help keep the bar centered. And of course, if the bar starts to lean one way and the other, work from the opposite side and bring it back. As soon as the top bar starts to flare out significantly, remove it and dress the sides at wherever is left of your anvil if you bolted to the anvil. Make sure to keep the peg, as indicated on the middle slide, parallel to the surface of your anvil. You don't want the block coming off at a slight angle to the peg. So the work goes upset a little, making sure you keep the bar as hot as you can, and then dress the sides, and then re-upset. Notice that the peg has been driven into the hardy block and is now parallel sided at its top end, marked by the little red mark there. When do you stop upsetting? Well, that's a question, of course. If you have a lot of work to do later, letting in the shape that you need at the top of this block surface, then stop early and leave the block tall. Each time you do a little bit of work on the top surface of the block, you're basically going to upset the block more, and you don't want to finish with a pancake when done. For a general block, for example, a half round block, I aim for a size that's about 1¼ to 1�3/8 tall by 1 7/8 to 2 inches square. For the welded collar tools, as I said, I'd go a little taller, maybe 1½ inch tall by 1 3/4 or so square. This completes this coaching session, and I'll see you on the next one.